everybody, welcome to EAS 130. This is Dr. Bricker. This is an intro video. In this video I'm just going to go through the syllabus, kind of show you where things are located, talk a little bit about the e-texts that we have, due dates, sort of the schedule. So why don't we get started? Before we do anything though, this is the Brightspace course. I'm going to show you a couple of things. So if you click on your name here, you can go to notifications. Maybe you want to get notified when there's an announcement, when different things occur. So you have to set this up, and maybe you've already done this, but I'm just going to quickly go through this part. Notifications. See, my notifications are sent to gbricker@purdue.edu, and then that's forwarded to my PNW email. But you can change your settings if you want to. And also I've selected email instead of text messages. So these are the things that I want to get notified from. Assignments when they're due, things like that. So you might want to check that, like, oh yeah, there's homework 3 is due. This will send out an assignment when it's 2 days, an announcement when it's 2 days away, and let you know. Send you an email, hey, reminder, your homework's due in 2 days. So you might want to go through and check these. If there's new content available in the class, maybe you want to know when like the week 3 module becomes available or something like that. You can check these. I didn't, because I've got several classes. I'll just keep getting a whole bunch of notifications. Plus I know when I post the content. Grades, things like that. Quizzes when they're a couple days away, maybe you want a reminder of that. So go through and click these. We don't have discussions in this class, so I don't have those clicked. Those sort of things. So make sure you go through and take a look at those. Go back. And then the other thing is to set your time zone. And you might have already done this also. Let's see. Account settings, I think it's under. And a few different things here, what format you want things in. Time zone. So I just put it on Chicago time. I'm not sure if that's the default or not. I did this a while ago, so that's what I'm set at. Okay. Very good. So I wanted to start with the syllabus. So a whole bunch of things up here. Content. I'll hit content. By the way, I'm using Chrome as my browser. It seems to work pretty good. So when you hit content, over here on the left you see a whole bunch of stuff. Some of this stuff you can't see. It says hidden. Actually, let you see what this looks like as a learner instead of as me. Okay, so content. This is what it looks like to you. This is what's available to you now. Syllabus. Mastering Geography. Talk about that in just a minute. And the Week 1 module. So let me just click on the Week 1 module since I'm over it here anyway. So if I click on this, here's what's in the Week 1 module. Chapter 1 PowerPoint. Chapter 1 review. Homework for Chapter 1, there's a link for it there, and then there's a quiz for Chapter 1 also. Okay, there's several different places you can access these things, like Homework Chapter 1, I also put that in the calendar. There's not 2 of those, there's just one of them, there's just multiple ways of getting at it. And then there's Quiz 1, so I'll talk about that in just a minute too. I just wanted to let you see what it kind of looks like. But again, let's start with the syllabus. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so I hit switch to presentation mode, that button here, and it made it bigger. Okay, so this is the syllabus. Department of Chemistry and Physics, EAS 130, Earth Science for Elementary Ed, typically called Geography. Okay, spring 2022, and I'm Dr. Bricker. My office, I'm located in Westville, Schwarz 310. Probably the best way to get into contact with me is through email, though. And my email is gbricker@pnw.edu. We have a department office here in the Schwarz building, too. If you do want to meet in person sometimes, we can set that up. Or we can do a Zoom meeting, whatever you want to do. So the class is asynchronous, which means I post everything by the week, and you go through the content whenever you have time. So you don't have to show up at like 1:30 on a Monday or something like that. It's all available to you to work at your own pace. There are deadlines, so you're constrained by that. Okay, good. So, origins of the Earth, solar system, evolution, history, and Earth forms, geological processes, history of life with its dependence with the Earth are discussed. Okay? Uh, in a context appropriate for teaching an elementary school setting. So we cover so many different things in this class, and you'll see that in the schedule in just a minute. So prerequisites, Math 111 or Math 115 with a grade of C or better. So a little bit of math, but it's not math intensive. Okay? So everything about the Earth, basically, is what we cover. Objectives here: develop understanding of basic characteristics, history, and processes of the Earth. Some of these you probably already know. Many of them you probably don't know. Okay? So these are the goals, skill objectives, gain experience in problem solving. So we do have homework and quiz every week. We have 4 tests throughout the semester. So you gain knowledge, but how do you use that knowledge? That's something that hopefully you'll get better at with this class. Okay, and it is a science class, so we will be approaching this through the eyes of the scientific method. Okay, and you're going to get a lot out of it. The textbook here is Elementary Geosystems with Modified Mastering, 9th edition by Christofferson. So maybe you've already bought some kind of e-text code at the bookstore or online or something like that, but in a minute, I'll show you the least expensive way of actually getting access to the e-text and online homework. So let's hold on for that for just a minute. Homework policy. Homework assignments are available through Mastering Geography, which is accessed through Brightspace. And again, I'll show you where that is in a minute. It's an online class, so there's not really I won't be taking attendance. I can see when you log into Brightspace and how long you stay on here and things like that. So I do check that. I might send you an email. Hey, you haven't logged in a week. What's going on? Things come up. Just keep me in the loop with that. And you do have deadlines, so you'll have to meet those deadlines. Now, I realize things come up, and maybe you can't, you miss a quiz or something because you're sick or your internet goes down. Let me know while that's happening, not like 3 weeks later. Okay? So we do have quizzes, homework, and 4 exams through the semester. Here's the grading scheme. I do use the plus-minus system. If a whole bunch of people have 89, maybe 89 becomes an A-. This is as rigorous as it'll be. There's a chance that this might become a little bit easier. Okay, so kind of a typical schedule here. Some people have make this a little bit harder, but I've just stuck with this one. Okay. Here's some dates here. So there's 4 tests. They're each worth 20% of your grade, and then quizzes are 10%, homework is 10%. So it adds up to 100%. This 4th test here, it's during finals week. It's not over the entire semester. It's just over the last quarter or so of the semester. Okay. So if you're going to miss something or you're sick or whatever, let me know at the time, not again like a week later or something like that. Same thing with homework and quizzes. I know things come up, and just keep me in the loop. Now, if your homework is late, say it's a day late, you get 10% off. 2 days late, 20% off. 5 days late, 50% off. It never goes below 50%. So maybe you forgot to do half of the first homework. You realize that in week 5, you could always go back and get partial credit for that. Okay? And it is distant learning. I do provide you with PowerPoints, learning summaries, and I'll show you where there's some more additional resources available to you through the homework package. So you do have to have availability of the internet. I mean, it is an online class after all. So, I would check your email daily or check the announcements, see what's coming up. You have a pretty good idea of due dates just because it's all already laid out for you in the syllabus. And I do put it in the calendar on Brightspace. I'll show you that in just a minute too. Okay, so some of this information here has been provided by by P&W, resources and support for academic success. So you can take a look through here, for example, National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Here's a phone number here. There's a lot of different resources available. There's a counseling center. You can see the phone number here. Here's the address. Same thing in Westville, Counseling Center, Basic Needs Security. All this stuff is available to you, and it's here in a nice form, so you can see the phone numbers, addresses, email for all of that. Okay. Okay, so the first week we cover the first chapter. There's the homework and quiz. These are usually due on Sunday nights. Next week is chapter 2, so Essentials of Geography. Next chapter, Solar Energy, Seasons, Atmosphere. Quiz and homework, just like usual. Week 3, chapter 3, Atmospheric Energy. Little typo here. Should be January 31st through February 6th. Atmospheric and ocean circulations. And then this is a busy week. This is week 5. And we have homework 5, quiz 5, and exam 1. Okay, so you can get an idea of the stuff we're covering. And basically the course is broken down into 4 sections, like first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, roughly speaking. I mean, this is 5 weeks, so it's maybe a little bit longer. The next one is week 6, week 7, week 8, and then during week 9 we have exam 2, covering things like water resources, climate change, climate regions, climate change, dynamic planet, that sort of thing. So this week 7 we actually cover 2 chapters. And there'll actually be a homework 7A and a homework 7B, but you'll get a better idea. And then quiz 7 will be a little bit longer because it's over two chapters. But more information about that when that time gets closer. Spring break, nothing's going on except for what you need to do is just relax. Hopefully by then it's getting a little bit warmer outside. As I make this video now, it's 8 degrees, so almost nowhere to go but up after that. Okay, and then you can take a look through here, but week 11, 12, and 13, so this is 3 weeks, and then exam 3, things like mass movement, river systems, ocean, coastal, wind processes. And then the last part, glacial landscapes, soils, ecosystem essentials, and biogeography. Same thing, we cover 2 chapters during week 16. And then the 4th test is during finals week, so you can take that test whenever you want to during finals week. Okay, so let's take a look at how you access the book and what the homework might look like. Okay, so let me go back to course home. Actually, you don't have to go to course home. You could hit Mastering Geography. Now, what do you do with Mastering Geography? That's where the homework is housed. I might provide a link outside of this module, but you could always get the homework through Mastering Geography. That's where the e-text is located. There's something called the study area. In the study area, you have practice quizzes. There's a lot of different videos you can watch, different resources to help learning the class. Okay, so let me click Mastering Geography. Now, the first time all this stuff comes up. Now, the first time that you go through this, you'll have to register for the class. The very last page of the syllabus gives you some direction on this. So let me actually go back to that for just a moment. Here's the last page of the syllabus. It says Mastering Physics, but it's the same thing for Mastering Geography. Okay, so first you enter Brightspace, that's what we're doing right now. Do one of the following. Select any Pearson link from any module. And that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to hit Mastering Geography. Next, enter your Pearson account username and password to link accounts. So if you ever had like Math Lab, Mastering Physics, Mastering Chemistry, I guess it's called My Math Lab, anything like that, even in high school, maybe you've had a Pearson product, you have a Pearson account. If not, you create one. It's free to create a Pearson account. Okay, and then select an access option. Enter the access code that came with your textbook. So maybe you bought it separately at a bookstore. If available for your course, buy access using credit card or PayPal, or get temporary access. So you could buy it directly through this link that you'll be going through, and it's usually less expensive this way. So you can use a credit card or PayPal, or get temporary access. You can get 14 days access If you maybe you don't have the money right now and you just want to get temporary access, you could do that right away. So there's no reason to wait. Do it right away. So get temporary access. You'll have to pay eventually, but again, maybe you don't have the money right now and you want to wait a couple weeks. Okay. From that, your done page. Select go to my classes. Okay. Good. So again, click on any of the Mastering Geography links, and then you'll have to go through, put in your Pearson information, and if you have a code, use the code. If you don't and you want to buy it right now, use a credit card or PayPal, or get temporary access. So you need the e-text and the homework. On the other hand, maybe somebody's given you a hardcover book and you only need the homework. You could select only the homework if you needed to. Okay. That's probably unlikely. You probably get the e-text with the homework. So before you do any of this, though, it says get your computer ready. For the best experience, check the system requirements for your product at this website. Make sure your browser's up to date. I recommend, and they recommend, using Chrome for this. Okay. Now, if you have any problems getting into this, let me know right away. Don't spend like 5 hours trying to register for this product. Okay. Put some time into it. It should just take a few minutes, really. If it's not working out, take a screenshot of whatever your problem is, send me an email, and maybe I can give you some hints. Usually it's you gotta, make sure your browser's up to date. We might have to go through and clear your cache. That's getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. It'll probably work. I don't want you to think it's not going to work. It almost always works, but there's always glitches. So go through that. That's what you should do this week. Well, really, the first day of the week, Monday, you should do this. Go through, register for this. Once you do, so I'm on the syllabus. I'm going to click Mastering Geography. So click any of these to get yourself started. My Lab and Mastering Course Home. I clicked on that. Now you'll have to go through the whole registering process at that point. I've already done that, so I can get right into this. Yours will not look exactly like this because I'm teaching the class and you're taking the class. You won't have as many things over here. But you can see here's the e-text, so I'm going to click on that. Access my e-text. It's just taking a minute to load. Looks like I was in chapter 14 last time I logged in. So we can go into the table of contents, Essentials of Geography, Part 1, etc. So you got all this stuff over here. Okay, there it is. Then you can pull this down and go to other parts. There's a lot of tools you could use. If I click here, nothing's going on. Okay. All right, don't need to do that. There's other ways of doing things over here. Notebook, playlist, all this other stuff here. Display settings. Say you're reading through chapter 14, you want to highlight something. If you just double click this, it'll give you the option to go through and highlight whatever you want to, however you want to do that. And it's a pretty good book. We'll start with chapter 1 here. And you can kind of go through here. Here's the key learning concepts. So you've got this, you got the PowerPoint. This book has really nice graphics, things like that. So for the first week, read through the chapter, follow along with the PowerPoints, whatever order you want to do that in. You'll have a homework assignment and a quiz that goes along with that. Okay, so this was the e-text, and that's where it's located. Let me see what else we have here. Oh, the study area. So launch study area. A lot of the study area stuff is for you to do at your own pace, study by chapter. Let's see what chapter 1 has. Well, there's a link to the e-text. You could do it that way. There's a lot of videos here. Really neat stuff. And then there's a chapter quiz. So before taking the actual quiz for chapter 1, I would go through and do this chapter quiz. And this is just totally for your benefit. You don't get any points for this, taking this quiz here. It's in the study area, but it prepares you for the actual quiz. So I highly recommend going through and taking this chapter quiz. Sometimes in the weekly modules too, I'll put links to some of these videos that I think are really good. But they're all here for you. There's a lot of them. But maybe you are wondering how GPS works. You read through the chapter, you can click on this BBC video. Usually these are 5 minutes long or less or so, and take a look at that. Okay, so mastering geography. You saw the e-text. You see the study area. What else do we have here? Well, let me do course home. This is where the homework is located too. I usually put a link to the homework, in the actual week 1 module, for example, or in the calendar, but you could also access it by going right to this mastering geography. Okay, so homework chapter 1, due next Sunday. Usually these are due on Sunday nights. So chapter 1 homework, this is what it would look like for you. So this has 15 questions. That's a typical one. Which of the following methods is characteristic of geography? So you can go through and look at this. There's some hints available. If you hit a hint, you don't lose any points. So if you're stuck, you can just do a view hint, and then here's some hints. Don't hit request answer. If you hit request answer, that means you get 0 points for that question. There's, I think, My Math Lab, if you hit request answer, they'll just give you another question. This doesn't. Once you hit request answer, you're done. You can't, you get 0 points for that question. So never hit request answer. Okay? Good. Excellent. So I don't want to give you too much information for that. And you can go through and hit next if you want to. You can skip around if you want also. Go to assignment view. Yes. So maybe you don't like that question, you want to hit a different question. You can go through and look at the other questions. Like, for example, here's question 10 from the first chapter. Multiple choice. And if you notice, this also has hints. Now review, if you hit review, it'll take you to that part of the e-text where this question comes from, and you can find the answer pretty quickly that way. So all of the following geometric shapes are common map projection surfaces, except which one? So, I don't remember what it is. You can hit review, and then this will take you to the section of the book this question comes from, so that can be really helpful. Okay? Very good. There's no reason you can't get 100% on the homework. The only way you won't is if you don't do it. So, go through. If you're stuck, all you have to do is hit review, go to that section. It'll give you the information. Okay? Very good. So those are the 3 big things from mastering geography. The e-text, the study area, especially the practice quizzes in the study area, and then the homework assignments. Let me go back here now. This is back to our course. Whoops, nope, I went too far back. EAS 130. Okay, so again, I'll hit content. What you'll end up seeing over here as this becomes more populated, you'll always see mastering geography, you'll always see the syllabus, and right now you have week 1 module. There'll be a week 2 module that'll come out like Sunday or something like that. Okay? In this mastering geography module, once you register for it, you'll be able to access all of this stuff here. Okay? Okay, let me go back to course home again. And over here in the calendar, you'll see that there's quiz 1 and there's homework 1. This is due next Sunday. So you can access it here. Quiz 1's not available until Thursday. Let me click on it and see what it says. Starts January 13th, ends January 16th. So you can actually do it now. Quiz 1, it's multiple choice. There's 20 questions. Oops, that's not the view I wanted. Course home. And then you have a link here to the homework. You can access the homework now. It's available now, due on Sunday. Okay, so again, there's multiple ways of getting at this stuff. I don't want you to think that there's 3 quiz 1s or something like that. So you can get quiz 1 here. There's a link to it. If you went to the week 1 module, there's a link to it there. And you could actually go up to here to activities and quizzes, and you can see it there as well. Okay, again, there's only one quiz 1, there's not 3 quiz 1s. Sometimes it makes students think that there's more due than there actually is, just because you could access things in so many ways. Look at the schedule and the syllabus. This week you have quiz 1 and homework 1. Okay, so get off to a good start. The first thing to do is go through and register for Mastering Geography. And then this week, read through chapter 1, go through the PowerPoint. Again, that's all located in the week 1 module, which is right here. All this stuff. Chapter 1 review, maybe do all that, look at the review. Okay, yeah, I remember that. That makes sense, that sort of thing. And then do the homework. Do it by Sunday. Go to the study area and look at the first quiz from chapter 1. And then when you feel comfortable, when you're ready, go take quiz 1. And it's due by Sunday night. Okay, any questions, just send me an email. Get off to a good start. And stay safe out there. Any problems, let me know. Don't let the Mastering Geography bog you down if it's not working. If you're having problems registering, let me know. We'll work it out. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.